Hello everybody, welcome back to the James Lawrence Allcott channel. I've just watched the Champions League game between Barcelona and Liverpool. Barcelona have beaten Liverpool in the first leg of the Champions League semi-final 3-0 at home. The scoreline for me doesn't really tell the whole story, and I'm going to look at some of the stats from the game and some of the performances and give my opinion on it. Make sure if you're new to the channel, check out all the other videos I've got on the channel, some really great stuff, but also make sure you hit that subscribe button. Quite often I'll sit down and have a chat after the game, and I always just kind of give my opinion. It's nothing too heavy, nothing too outrageous. So if you enjoy that kind of football chat, then hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well for me if you fancy it. But let's talk about the game. The big thing for Liverpool, just as much as the 3-0 defeat, for me it's no away goals. That was a performance from Liverpool that was good. For huge parts of it, for very large parts of it, and the boring, lazy thing that the commentators are going to go on and say is correct to a point is that the only difference was Messi. Let's look at the formations. I'll get into it all. I'll get into Messi and my feelings on him and Barcelona as a football club right now with him in the side, because it obviously is so crucial. But the formations initially, you look at those teams, and the two big changes for Liverpool: Wijnaldum playing in the Firmino role, Firmino not starting the game, and Joe Gomez coming in for Trent Alexander-Arnold. I thought Joe Gomez once again improved his reputation as a high quality player. They look to bring him in to give him that little bit more defensive solidity. Also going to have someone who's going to stay that little bit narrower, and generally it worked. He's a steadier player. He's someone who's not going to bomb up and down, and that allowed Salah total free reign to try and do what he does best, which is get on the ball and attack the opposition, which I thought Salah had a really good game. He's really got the bit between his teeth at the moment. The only disappointing thing was, of course, that miss from him at the end. The other thing was Wijnaldum. Now, Wijnaldum, he was almost like a hologram of Firmino for me. He did everything that you want from Firmino. The positioning was very similar. Defensively, he put the work in. He was tidy on the ball, but he's not Firmino. It was a massive loss for them, and you realised just how much that Liverpool do miss a player like him because of his creative spark, because of his ability to link up and play in players like Mane. Throughout the game, Mane was the guy going beyond. What they were doing really was, in terms of having Joe Gomez as the one who was staying back, it allowed Salah to get on a lot, and you basically had two strikers playing as wingers almost, and Mane in particular, as he always does, he looks to make that darting diagonal run, which allows the space for Robertson as well if they want to carry on playing ball, or if they can play that through ball to him, then so be it. And there was a good few moments in the first half. He was always looking for that run. Same in the second half. I felt like he didn't really get on the ball that much in the second half. But Wijnaldum, he was a deputy, but in a game as important as this, it was a massive loss to not have Firmino there. One stat, I was just looking at them there, was 17 crosses Liverpool had in this game, and they weren't able to get an away goal. And I go back to that first point that I made. Losing 3-0, it is a sucker punch. It is a massive problem. But at Anfield, we've seen it over the years. They can do special things. Magic happens at Anfield. And I could see them winning. I could maybe even see, and if you look at it on paper, Liverpool, Barcelona don't lose 3-0 to anyone. But this Liverpool side is better than that Barcelona team. So they could win 3-0, but I can't see Barcelona not scoring for the exact reasons that they ended up winning 3-0, because of Lionel Messi taking charge for the third goal. Third goal, of course, an unbelievable goal. Ridiculous free kick. McManaman in the commentary was saying that he should have saved it. No one should be scoring from 35 yards. I think there's a lot of fairness in that point. I think there's always this kind of mystique of, we've got to stop Messi because he's so incredible. So when he does things like this, your mind's blown a little bit. I think if any other footballer does that, you're looking at the goalkeeper and saying, come on, 35 yards, you need to be saving it. Especially someone who's got the reputation that Alisson has created this season and last season as well. So the third goal was really disappointing, I felt, for Liverpool. The second goal was one of those things that also decide ties. A bit of luck. Liverpool had dominated the game. Liverpool come away from this game with 52% possession away from home at Barcelona. Barcelona normally have about 64% possession in games. So for them to do that showed that they were an equal for a lot of the game. I thought Fabinho did a tidy job in there. It's quite a risky place to play because you've got people like Messi and Coutinho and Rakitic and Vidal all sort of knocking about around you, and you've got to be positive and aggressive and make and you can't just sit in that defensive midfield position. You've got to go and win the ball, but I thought he did it pretty well. I thought Matic was really impressive. Suarez is a difficult customer to mark, but I thought for the bulk of the game you saw how well Matic reads the game. Robertson throughout the game, in particular in the first half, I thought both Robertson and Alba, who was left back obviously for Barcelona, I think you saw that those are clearly the two best left backs in the world right now. Alba, I thought, for the goal, what an incredible cross, a great example of how brilliantly Barcelona play football and how they know what they need to do at the right times. And so that now I think the way football's moved forward, I do believe overall football's moved beyond the original philosophy of what Barcelona like to create, but they're getting away with it because they've still got someone like Messi. That said, they still have elegance and quality on the ball, and so that allows someone like Alaba and Suarez to score that first goal, and it was brilliant from Jordi Alba, sorry. And I thought he was a really cracking player for them, a really good outlet for them. Otherwise, when I look at the Barcelona team, Busquets, I mean, what an incredible player he is. But I think in these games where you've got an opposition that are comfortable on the ball and press and have the legs that they do, I think he struggles a little bit. And I think you can see why they're looking at Frenkie de Jong to come in and be the new guy at Barcelona, and Busquets to slowly be moved out. I've heard a few things about how he might even be moved out pretty damn quickly next year, and there were moments in that game where he did look very, very leggy. So it'll be interesting to see in the second game how they cope with it, because the thing for Liverpool, once again, unfortunately, is the fact that they haven't got any away goals. Two huge chances for me. James Milner, who I thought was really poor tonight. You can never question his work rate. So I always kind of look to see, was he offering some quality as well? I thought first half I thought he was pretty poor. Second half, much of the same really. And then he had that amazing chance from that really cracking build-up play from Liverpool, and the little dummy, I think it was from Wijnaldum, and he's got to finish that. He has to finish that. That is the big things in these kind of cup ties, when you get to these games where you've got two teams who are willing to go at each other, you've got to take your chances and you've got to get a little bit of luck. And that's what Barcelona did today. I felt like Liverpool were the better team. And it's an obvious thing to say, but you take Messi out of that team, Barcelona might not even be this far in the tournament, but probably more importantly, the more important point is they do not beat this Liverpool side. And so there's a nice element to it that still, even in the modern game, when you're pressing as a team, one man can be the difference. And today, it was Lionel Messi with those two goals. Could have been even worse for Liverpool right at the end there. Dembele with two gilt-edged chances, really. They should do a lot better with, especially the last one. You go 4-0 into that last game at Anfield, and it is totally over. For me, it's sort of like it's 85% over. But I think, again, there's compliments to be made to this Liverpool team when they're 3-0 down, and there's still an opportunity for them to go and do it. And at 2-0, I was getting myself ready to say, both Spurs and Liverpool, I see making it through. I think Liverpool will win the other game, the home leg, the second leg. I think they'll win it by 2 goals. But I think it'll be a 3-1. And I think Barcelona will score a goal because of that pairing of Suarez and Messi. You see Messi just trotting about for most of the game, and it's a very slow-paced Barcelona team for a lot of it. But when he comes alive, he's always so close to Suarez that they've always got a chance. And he really, really is just something super special. And he could drag them all the way, because I think whoever wins this are huge favourites to win the whole Champions League. And you got to say, it's got to be Barcelona at this moment in time. It really, really does have to be. Despite, if I look at the rest of that team, wasn't that impressed with I thought Suarez was Suarez. He's a little oik. I thought Coutinho was generally quiet. I thought Rakitic was okay, was tidy. Vidal didn't do too much. Roberto in the first half really struggled with Robertson. So it's a very strange game to talk about afterwards. And ultimately Liverpool fans will be kicking themselves because I think maybe if they not had that moment of luck for the second goal. Actually, you can't even say that, can you? Because the third goal is just a moment of genius as well. So I think there's a lot of elements where Liverpool probably take a bit of a beating and people go, look, that's just Messi, that's just Barcelona. I don't buy it. I really don't buy it. But no away goals means that, for me, Liverpool will not make it through because Barcelona will score. And therefore, it will be a Barcelona side with Messi going for another Champions League. And if they do it, then it really is more so than ever before. Because if you look at the teams previously, Suarez was better, Neymar was incredible. This season, it really is all about Messi. And he's done it again. Man of the match. Do you know what? Look, obviously for the goals, you give it to Messi. Fine. But the player who really shone for me, two players really shone for me. One was Salah, thought he was really up for it and I thought he was great, but he missed that chance. And the other one, I just thought Robertson was just outrageously good tonight. He's so quick, he's got such stamina, he's great on the ball, he's got great confidence. So I would weirdly give it to Robertson. Bizarre. Strange game of football, but a really enjoyable one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As I said, if you are new to the channel, then why not check out the process? People seem to be really, really enjoying it. And so for anyone who's said a nice comment in the series so far, we've got some really great ones on there. Spencer is the most recent one. True Geordie, Lawrence McKenna, Zach and Jay, Ian Holloway, of course. So go check out the process on my channel. Lots more to come very, very soon. But until then, I'll see you later.